Oh. I see. We're back. Dang it. Yeah, this game is pretty nuts. I still can't make that jump. Okay, I took 1 damage for it. I think that was well worth it. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I could make that. So what does the snake eating all the fruit do? Did it do anything? The bird pops any bubbles. So it gets longer. Was the door already previously open to the egg? I don't think it was, right? I'm pretty sure that's only accessible because I, Yeah, I made it eat its own tail with respawns. That was actually the sound of it respawning. That works. I don't know if I want to be here, but it works. Slightly sweating. Just a little bit of sweat. No, don't fucking die. Okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm finished with the game. Very fun though, guys. Oh no, there's one more thing I want to do. Fuck. This is the perpetual just 5 more minutes. There's a lot more just 5 more minutes moments. I want to go to the bunny and activate the remote. I don't remember where the bunny is. I think I do. Ma, just 5 more minutes. That's been me for 10 times 5 more minutes. I think I jumped down over here, right? Nope. No, not this way. Not Lowko. Lowko, back up, back up. Nope. You gotta jump. You gotta jump that. Maybe I'll just use the bubble, huh? Maybe I need to run around right now and just hit my remote control. Okay. This is where we activate the remote control apparently, and we get a control panel. Oh my god, I can flip the different things. What do you want me to do? I can draw a wiener on the board? I don't know what the point of this is. What's the point of drawing wieners, guys? I think I'm gonna watch that video. Yeah. Help us solve the animal well bunny
The controls allow you to draw whatever you want up there.
Yeah.
But what is it that we have to draw? Because you know there's got to be something. Well, if you have the top, dig down here and you'll find this. Except yours is probably going to look different. Because...
What? Dude, I never see where I'm supposed to use the top. That is basically an invisible tile to me. Wow. Okay.
So there are 50 unique puzzle pieces. And obviously we need all 50 to solve this. It's a community puzzle. So if you want to help solve it, just take a picture of it with the snipping tool or something and post that in the spoiler channels of either my Discord or the Animal Well Discord. And let's get this thing solved. That's all for now. I've got many videos of this game on the way. Things are gonna go much, much deeper than I even imagined. All right, for now.
It's a community puzzle, as in like everybody gets their own 4x4 and you have to figure out what the full screen looks like? So what does the full screen look like? This was posted 3 weeks ago. I'm assuming this guy posted an update video. That is pretty sick.
After you free the 4 flames and look at least 50 people working together. Tech Raptor spearheaded the attempts to solve this thing from the very beginning. And with an amazing community and a lot of community involvement, it was successfully solved. This image right here shows every single one of the unique pieces. So if you would like to try to solve it yourself...
So, if you are, for example, Zeromancer, right? How the fuck are you ever gonna figure out? It's just blue. Mine is also mostly blue. I would have never thought about this being like a community jigsaw puzzle. That makes no sense.
From here, please stop the video now and do so, because I'm about to show you exactly what the finished mural looks like. Anyway, I solved this for the first time live on stream, and I actually made a mistake with 1 pixel, but this time we're not making any mistake. We're just finishing this one final flower and placing 1 last pixel. And there we go. The door opens on the right, and we have a nice new piece of artwork decorating the well. And in here, we have probably the coolest looking of all the bunnies, rabbits, bunny number 1, rescued from the well. Alright, so I am about to spoil an ability that you have from the very beginning of the game that the game does not tell you about. But this ability is required in order to figure out how to solve this next one. What? Anyway, there's your warning. Did you know that you had the ability to manipulate things in the environment using your mouse or your PS5 touchpad or your Switch touchscreen? Yes, you may have noticed it without actually noticing it. Also, real quick, if you put the game into a window on PC and shake that window around,
I did do that.
You also manipulate the physics of the environment like that.
Why does he have 10 times as much hit points as me?
So close to the beginning of the jungle, right here on the map, once you have this door open, the vines growing from the ceiling in the room inside can be moved to reveal directional inputs. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just gonna go into the next room right now and then play those notes on the flute. And you suddenly teleport to a small chamber with the next bunny. And if you press this button, it actually reveals that you are directly above the room below, the one containing the future egg. Nice. These numbered stone symbol markers, what do they mean? Well, they are scattered all across the center of the world. You won't find any too high on the map, and you won't find any too low on the map. That's one hint. This one is very surprising, as are a lot of the secrets in this game, very outside the box. Are you ready for this reveal? Have you wondered why exactly you have a pencil in this game? The other upgrades are really cool, but then getting 16 eggs just gives you a pencil.
Yes.
Yeah, it's useful to write on the map. You can use it to draw all the teleport codes on your map as well.
Right.
It must be for something else, right? It can't just be for
I think
that.
it's for drawing
We have
dicks
the
on the
stamps
maps.
to mark the map.
That's gotta be
Why
it,
a
no?
pencil? Oh, yeah. You connect the dots. Of course, in a game filled with so many other children's toys, why not connect the dots? Anyway, the code is 67234353. Right as the last note escapes your flute, you are teleported to another secret little nook. A tunnel leading to the next secret bunny. This was actually the first hidden one I ever found. When exploring the world with the UV lamp, you might notice some strange glowy
Sorry, what? When exploring the world with the UV lamp? I'm sorry, what?
particles in certain spots. These can appear in some other rooms, but in my experience,
Lowko, how did you not figure this out? I know, guys.
you will most commonly find them in the large central room.
Embarrassing,
with the
I didn't
statues.
figure this
and
out.
what does this signify? Oh my god, it's a bunny. Of course it's a bunny. An invisible bunny that only appears under UV light.
I like, by the way, how there's clips in this video of him playing 75 hours, and now there's a clip of him playing at the 39-hour mark again. So this guy's been fucking wandering around for like like 35 of this.
UV light. Nice. Honestly, I have no real guide to acquiring this one. The way that I personally did it was I just wandered around the main room, exiting and then re-entering again, and then eventually when I let my guard down and didn't think I was gonna find it, there it is. Just chase that thing down, make sure you grab it before it disappears. Doesn't this fish look weird? Oh, they're notes. This fish mural was hiding a secret all this time. And those directions are left, left, diagonally down right, right, diagonally upright, left, left, diagonally upright. Or 5, 5, 2, 1, 8, 5, 5, 8.
The flute should be 10 times
After
louder
playing
than
that
it is,
song,
dude.
a trapdoor opens on
Oh
the
my
far
God.
right side of this room, and inside, the next secret bunny.
What's the
Hiding
point of
right
the
down
secret
here
bunnies,
in the
guys?
damp
Does
dark.
anybody understand the point of the secret bunnies? I don't, like, it's not that I don't like bunnies. Don't get me wrong.
Towards the end of the endgame area, right here on the map, you could jump through this wall to reveal the skull room. And this curious structure right here.
Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a little
naturally-
bit.
Alright, so what is BDTP? Well, Bunny Data Transfer Protocol. Most likely. In programming, a nibble is 4 bits, so like 0010, and a crumb is 2 bits, so like 01. Because of the computer lingo, you might think that dir 0 and dir 1 stand for directory 0 and 1, but you would be wrong. Instead, they stand for direction 0 and direction 1. Huh? If you've gotten up to this point in the game yourself, you may have already realized that the sky infinitely loops upwards and downwards. However, some of us had a theory that there might be a Lost Woods type of puzzle up here, and guess what, guys? That was correct. And the way that we figured out which directions to travel in was by reading the ears of the bunnies. Billy Basso, the developer of this game, actually encoded information in the ear animations of all 16 of these bunnies. But figuring out the index is how we figure out which order these directions come in. I'm just gonna run across the bunny platform from left to right and give you that order right now. The index of the bunnies is 0, 9, 5, 1, 14, 13, 7, 2, 3, 6, 11, 12, 10, 15, 8, 4. And then, of course, the flag drawing on the blackboard gives us the hint that you begin at the flag. Are you ready? Let's go. Up, Left.
He's controlling that thing?
Up. Left.
He's playing a different game than me.
Up.
We'll look at the origami bunny. Yeah,
Right.
after this.
Up. Up again. Left. Down. Left.
This is so dumb.
Up.
That's an insane secret, dude.
Up again.
How do the community,
And
how
up
do people
again.
figure this out within a month of the game's release?
Right.
Oh, it's Easter
Right
eggs and
again.
Easter bunny? Do you reckon that's the
Down.
pun?
Right.
Yeah, this is way past fun for me. Absolutely. But I understand that there's people out there that like
Up again.
absolutely
And
love
up
digging
once
up all
more.
the secrets. Yeah.
Left.
It's not really me, but yeah, puzzle people are very puzzling.
Down.
Look at this.
Left. Up.
But as a game developer, do you wonder if at
Left.
some point you put in too much? Like, there's gotta be some shit that's,
Up.
like, not found, right? And that may have never been found.
Right. Right again.
This is one of those very
Right,
vague,
one more time.
very obscure puzzles. So you need to look at the ears of the bunnies because supposedly it gives you an indication?
Up. And finally, left. And we find ourselves at a large structure floating hidden in the sky. The Bunny Temple. With quite ominous music
I love,
playing.
no, I love the idea of adding stuff for like 1% of the player base, but this is not 1% of the player base. There's probably one person, okay, maybe 5 people. Maybe after watching this video, there were a couple more, but like, when this video got released, there's probably like 2 dudes that figured this out. But this guy probably had like, you know, the most beautiful climax when he figured this out. Like he, yeah, no, I'm glad I'm not in the room when this guy figured this out. Let me put it like that. Yeah, it was nasty. Gotta clean his monitor. It's a bit of a disaster.
Why, hello there. Oh. Wouldn't it be funny if it just ended right there? Deletes your save. So we're gonna travel through the digestive tract of this gigantic bunny. And then, we pop out the other side. But wait, something feels different. And as I walk slowly to the precipice, it's then that I notice my blue eyes. Jumping into the air, I sprout wings. You gain the ability to transform into a moth and fly infinitely at high speed when you double jump. And it allows you to explore this world so much faster. Another jaw-dropping, mind-exploding moment in a game filled with jaw-dropping, mind-exploding moments. It's crazy. But this is not the end. In the next video, we'll be exploring even deeper. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. And hey, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/furyforged. And
Okay.
I have a Discord server. Also,
All right, we'll
linked-
let the sellout happen. Sure. Sorry, origami. Somebody said origami is the insane one. Where do I find the origami bunny? Which one is origami bunny? I don't see origami bunny. No, he earned that sellout, 100%. This guy did like, yeah, exactly. He did 7 years of puzzling and within the release of the game, like the first month. Egg Code and The Office?
And now we have what has already become one of my favorite video game secrets of all time. First you find the flute, which itself is amazing, and then you realize, okay, each note corresponds to a number 1 through 8, but there's more. Looking at it with the UV lamp reveals a green bar above 1, through the middle of 2, and at the bottom of 4. The plot thickens. And then, running over to the main egg chamber, once you acquire all 64 eggs and your collection is complete, looking at them under the UV lamp reveals an entire secret code. You can either count these up manually or look at them as if...
Look, I like video games. Actually, I would say I love video games. I have been playing video games for a very long time. But this I would never figure out. I would never figure this out. This could be binary, it could be many things. But this guy probably understands the movie Inception. This guy probably watched Inception the first time and he's around and he's like, yeah, no, what's the problem? I mean, it makes perfect sense. It's a dream within a dream yeah, of course.
They're binary. For example, the top left egg has a middle line and a bottom line.
It is binary.
So that would be 2 and 4. I added them up to 6. And then you play the note corresponding to that number. In this case, 6 is diagonally up left.
So this guy,
However,
like, you have to in binary read this and then play 64 notes.
I wasn't able to immediately solve it because at first I was skipping all the blank eggs, but instead those blank eggs represent 8, which is diagonally upright. But it hides yet another cheeky.
Why would the empty eggs be diagonally upright? It could be any of the other 5 notes.
Little trick. The upside down egg. Yeah, you actually have to
1000 is 8 in binary? Ah. Oh, I see. Triples, yeah, 000 is okay. See,
flip that around.
That's very clever. But that's the kind of shit I don't pick up on immediately.
So instead of an upper line and a middle line, you have a middle line and a bottom line, which is another 6. Anyway, altogether, these are the notes you need to play. There are a lot of them, so take your time. Besides, the song is hauntingly beautiful.
I think it's actually so cool to put in shit like this. Thinking it over a little bit more, the game developer clearly made, you know, like 99% of the game pretty accessible, right? Or maybe not 99, but like 95% of the game. People, like the vast majority of people probably unsubscribe or like, you know, uninstall whenever they're finished, right? They defeat the final boss. But to like continue adding more shit out there and to watch the entire video game community come together and solve your game, it's actually really cool. Yeah, unsubscribe, uninstall, whatever.
As you play that last note, the wall in the upper right of the room opens, revealing yet again another passageway. However, this one does not lead to a bunny. It leads to something far more interesting. Wait a minute.
An office key?
What? Yes, it does. Welcome to your office, containing a computer that you can interact with. I wonder what that's doing right now. And then, in the far corner, BDTP.
Ah,
struct,
that is where this previous
crumb,
puzzle was
index,
at.
Directory 0, directory 1.
Yeah.
However, late that night when I solved this, well, this is probably the most...
Oh, there's more? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
0, directory 1? Question mark? Sure enough, there's
I thought
even
this
more
hooked into the
information
next.
under UV light. However, late that night when I solved this, I decided to go into the other room, where my printer was. Yes, it actually prints instructions for you to make your own origami bunny containing a puzzle. And yes, that was me in a full-body green screen suit. Anyway, after you construct your origami bunny and solve the puzzle,
It sends a print instructor to your printer. Is that allowed in the beautiful country of Europe? Chat? I am fairly sure your software is not allowed to print shit without me giving explicit permission
Lowko,
for that.
You have my
But
permission
anyways.
to use guides going forward. I just can't with this game.
Yeah, thank you, Mickey. Yeah, no, that is insane. Oh my god. What if you don't have a printer? Well, I mean, if you don't have a printer, that's...
and play those notes on the flute,
I have a printer, but I think my default printer is a printer I haven't used in about a decade because it's dead, and I don't even have the printer anymore, but I never changed the default printer.
You unlock the origami figure as well as an origami bunny jumping out of the computer screen.
Oh my god.
But
that's
wait,
amazing. I
don't have a printer. That's all right. If you're on console or you just don't have a printer, you can solve that puzzle right here, which is right here on the map, by the way. See, I'm taking care of you. You might be able to even do this straight from my video, but that grass, you can scan that grass as a barcode. And then that barcode gives you the same notes that you got from the origami. Playing that song here.
Okay. Okay, of course.
Opens the floor beneath you, revealing the chamber with a chest in it with the Mama Cha figurine. So you're going to want to do this anyway, even if you did already get the bunny from the origami. And then this is where the bunny will be if you didn't already get it in the office. And then here's a URL, which I'll link down below as well, where you can get the instructions. You can either print them up. It might not be good quality though from this, or you could just follow the directions directly from this Google Doc with your own piece of paper. But yeah, that whole process, reading the code on the eggs, unlocking the office, I made that origami bunny at like 3 a.m. one night. Just like, I'm sitting here just like folding paper, like trying to follow the directions, like, oh my God, what the hell? Anyway. Let's go to the next one. After that one, this one is very simple. We're starting up here in Dogtown at the M-Disk Shrine because we need to activate that. Teleport back to the hub. We need the cog, the ghost dog, the cat dog to follow us. Jump into the jungle teleporter, fall down, run one screen to the left, fall down again. You're gonna have to get through this little puzzle real fast. And then up there at the top right, doesn't that look like a dog statue, but it's like wearing a bunny costume with ears and a tail? Yeah. Just wait here. And then as soon as the cat dog touches it, it turns into a bunny. Just make sure you collect it real fast and then get out of there. Teleport back to the hub, jump into the dog teleporter, and then you're gonna have to go through the whole process of returning the mock disc. Or I guess you could just die at this point if you're okay with that. But if not, you gotta go all the way back to the M-Disk Shrine. And that's that. There is actually only one more bunny left. And this is a fun one. All right, so in this room in the top left corner of the map, above Swordfish Lake, we have ourselves another bunny. I wonder why there's a save point up there. This one...
Do you think getting laid is more satisfying than figuring out these Easter eggs, Fabula? No.
Likely want the better bubble wand for, and you're gonna need the disc. If you don't have the disc, you should have it by now, but if you don't, make sure you have it. Above where the swordfish jumps out, there's a little passageway up here. Now take a deep breath, guys. You got past the swordfish. Oh no. So in order to successfully get through this room, you have to practice the forward disc riding or the jumping disc ride technique, which does take a little bit of practice to get right, as you can see. Basically, you want to jump forward and throw the disc when you're at the height of your jump. If you time it correctly,
and you have to time this on the way back as well.
You're going to jump directly onto your disc. As you can see, you're going to have to do it twice in a row. And congratulations, that was the final bunny. What happens now? All right.
Okay, he uploaded another video. The ultimate secret ending of Animal Well. Massive endgame spoiler? That's okay,
After first finding all of the eggs and especially freeing all of the secret bunnies, there is still one gigantic secret questline that we currently know about in Animal Well, and that involves the exceptionally well-hidden Unicode symbols. Each of these messages is obtained by performing some out-of-the-box feat by speedrunning, sequence breaking, or otherwise annoying certain denizens of the well. And it all leads to an absolutely spectacular payoff. There will absolutely be extreme spoilers for the endgame, or what we currently know as the endgame, in this video. So please keep that in mind and only watch this if you don't care about being spoiled or you've already reached this point in the game and are stuck.
Yeah, let's just pretend that I'm gonna play up till this point. Sure.
Begin. All right, this first one involves the step counter at the very top of the well right here. There's some ground on the right-hand side that you can dig through with the top.
You guys
have to
all
be-
made it to this point too, right? You've unlocked all the secret bunnies, did the whole code, you've sung all the songs. All right, you got, yeah, no, now that I know that you guys have, yeah, okay, perfect.
Inside of this Tamagotchi pedometer, when your step count
Of
is...
course, there's a... Right, there's a... Right, remember when you first got to the Tamagotchi? Remember that point? Right.
below 100.
Yeah,
so the way to do this
I remember.
is actually when your step count reaches 100,000, it actually rolls back over to 0 afterwards.
Oh.
So when your step count is getting
Just like my car. Wait, no,
just make
no,
sure you
joke.
get up
joke.
here and get inside this thing so that you can reach this chest at step count 99. And there it is.
That's illegal, chat. Don't
There
roll
we
back
go.
your fucking car.
This footage comes from my stream because you can actually only ever see this one once. So that little guy right there, Mr. Purple or whatever you want to call him, there are statues of it all around the well. And you can see in this very old footage that it used to be an enemy design, which based on the way that it follows the player character here, was probably replaced by those creepy lorises, the things that follow you constantly. Yeah. Interestingly, though, its graphics still exist within the data. So will it become possible for us to turn into this ourselves, or possibly wake Mr. Purple and then have to run away from him throughout the entire well? Wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, moving on. And now it's time to annoy the hummingbird. Yes. I found this is the easiest way to do this. Just spam bubbles with the better bubble wand down here in the middle of the well. And then when you have a huge amount of them rising to the top of the screen, climb the ladder right here. The hummingbird is going to immediately try to pop them all, and you can hear the sound of its wings crescendo. Once it gets to around this point, we're probably good right now. I just wanted to make sure, so I just kept spamming these bubbles. You just want to make sure that the sound from the hummingbird rises as high as it can go and then stays there for a little while. So maybe around 5 seconds. After it successfully pops all the bubbles, it'll fly back to its perch and then curse you out in Unicode. After you free all of the lynx kittens, the mama...
So, is this all going to culminate to, like, something? Is it, like... It's so random.
Sings you a song. But what if I was to tell you that if you never free those lynx kittens and you come here and sing that song yourself, the cage still opens and you can still get the wheel? Without wrong warp glitches, this does require at least 32 eggs because you need the top in order to dig in on this side or the other side. And then we're just gonna jump over here and stand on top of the cage and then play these notes. Opens, carefully bubble down to it, and now we have access to the wheel.
You don't have
and
enough to free.
The third
And it gives you the
Unicode
third
message.
code. Oh, shit,
If you don't
okay.
mind wrong warping, then you can get there with just the bubble wand and the flute. So all you need is 8 eggs. From the spawn location, we're just gonna stand right up here, blow a bubble, and then you want to kind of have 1 foot on the bubble and 1 foot on solid ground. And then you just play the first 7 notes of the hub warp song, and then you get a pause buffer. So basically what we're doing is just continuously pausing
Right.
the game in order to get the animation state of the bubble to look the way we need it to.
Right,
Which
yeah,
is
no,
this
obviously.
right here. You want to make sure
Naturally.
the bubble looks like that. And then quickly unpause the game and play that last note, and you should, if you did it right, teleport directly onto the cage in the Lynx room. From there, you can just get the wheel. Now, for this
I like
next
how it
one,
just
we have to be
explained
an
it and I still don't
absolute
understand.
gremlin to this guy right here, which will probably be easy for you judging by how many times this thing jump scares you throughout the game. We're gonna have to get the kangaroo trapped on a screen and then continuously throw firecrackers
Hey, that's
at
a
it to
barcode,
piss
by the
it
way. Did
off.
you guys know that?
And this is the easiest place to do that,
Right.
which is right here on the map in Dogtown. We have to first make sure that the trapdoor is open in order for the kangaroo to get stuck. So here are the flute notes in order
Step
to do
kangaroo?
that. Then just track down the
No, sorry,
kangaroo
sorry.
at each of his locations here, 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 or here until you get it here. There's no easy way to do this. You're just gonna have to keep traveling around the world until it happens to spawn in the right spot. Then finally, once it's here, it should get trapped down there, unable to run away as you
you, Mama.
continuously toss firecrackers at it. What a horrible blob you are. Anyway, eventually it will escape and run away, but while it does so, it will yell at you in this Unicode. Here's where things get a whole lot more complicated, because we have to catch...
Sorry, what? So the previous one was follow this 69-step procedure, and this one is gonna get complicated? What do you mean?
5 squirrels in one run. I'm gonna show you a full walkthrough right now of the 5
Yeah,
that
you better
I
be
caught.
recording too, by the way, because otherwise... You missed it. Now you have to replay the entire game, because it only shows you that freaking Unicode once for like 2 seconds.
Based on Discord user Flan's instructions. Flan being the Discord member who originally caught
the weirdest
all
thing about this game, Dynamite, he asks, can we interview the creators? This game is made by one guy. One dude.
Squirrels to get this Unicode. Anyway, you gotta make sure you start from a fresh save because those
Music,
squirrels
everything.
will not respawn once you scare them away, giving you a very limited
One
amount of
serial
tries in order to
killer is
do
all it
this.
took to make
the
this
first
game.
one we're gonna go for is actually down there at the entrance to the fish biome, but we're going to
It
go
only
up
took
here
one
first
psychopath.
in order to flip this lever at the entrance of Dogtown. Trust me. Then fall all the way back down and then jump through the wall right here. Unfortunately, a couple of these squirrels are much more easily snuck up on by using a controller because the analog stick allows you to just
Dexter.
very gently
The
tilt
Dexter of
it
game
in order to
development.
extremely slowly sneak up behind these guys. Anyway, if this is your first one, then you'll also get the sneak up on a squirrel achievement right now.
nut.
Anyway, for the second one, we're gonna start at the lever up there, right in front of Dogtown, and you need the bubble wand for this. So I'm just gonna bubble upwards. You could get up here a little bit faster, but I was being very careful. And then just bubble across. Stay as close to the ceiling as you possibly can without messing yourself up, because you do not want to spook the squirrel. And keep in mind also that you can save your game. Please save your game during this process, because nothing is worse than getting far into it and then messing up and having to start all over again. Anyway, floating down very slowly allows you to get that second one. Now, I'm just gonna
That's
take a
nuts.
quick detour to grab this key from the entrance of the jungle biome. And we're not gonna use that key right up there to unlock that door, even though there's a squirrel right on the other side. We will be back for that squirrel later, don't you worry. We need this key in order to get the next squirrel. So I'm here at the disc maze in Dogtown, and just follow my path here. I'm just gonna fall down here and then go into this shark pipe. On the other end of this shark pipe, we'll have access to this dark cavern in the Twilight Forest location.
You can
whatever
never
you
have
want to call it. And we got to do an interesting bit of sequence breaking right here in order to get the yo-yo. We just want to bubble up carefully into the corner here, and then doing so correctly should allow you to pass the bird. Now I'm just going to show you what it looks like in slow motion to show you exactly where I was when that happened. There you go. Once you get past this bird, just continue on. We're actually not going to get this squirrel right here in this guide. For now, we're just going to continue on until we get to this room. Don't climb down the ladder, just fall, and your momentum should be enough to get you past that bird. Again, just like so. And now, just continue over to the right in order to access the room where you get your yo-yo, which is very necessary for this next squirrel. All right, now we're at the groundhog save point. Make sure you save your game just in case. And then go over here, and we're gonna use that key from the jungle to unlock that door, and then we're gonna use the yo-yo.
Oh, I wanted to
open
go
this
over
next
here,
door.
but
Now, from here, we just want to fall down, and then go over to the right,
I didn't have
and
a
the
key.
squirrel is directly below us, right here. We're gonna get you. Anyway, I'm just gonna position myself, fall straight down off that ledge, shoot a bubble, and then float ever so slowly and gently down to spook that next squirrel and collect the nut. Congratulations. All right,
That's nuts.
I'm just gonna speed this footage up a lot in order to show
Okay,
you.
let's go to the final part of the squirrel.
You're too close to the wall. Then you want to walk almost off of your bubble in order to reach this next squirrel. As soon as you see the prompt, just spam it, and the description of the nut will actually show you Biggie, the Big Mode mascot, along with the 5th Unicode message. Woo!
It's way
All
better
right,
when they
now,
collect the nuts
if you
slowly.
thought that was
well, you gotta
difficult-
go on the bubble, card guy. You gotta just float down on the bubble and connect. But you gotta spam the button though, because you don't want to miss collecting the nut.
Well,
I hope that explains it.
in
a
order to
little better.
collect the 6th Unicode message, you have to speedrun the game. You have to get the leave the well ending in under an hour, which is pretty difficult. But keep in mind, you only need 32 eggs to do this. You can use the first manticore to come out here.
Oh,
And
only
any
okay,
glitches
so you only need to do the, okay, right, you only need to do what I did in about 11 hours.
including wheel warping and bubble warping, also count. You can do that. All you gotta do is just reach this point, the second cuckoo clock, in under an hour, because that final door will be open, and the description of the donkey figurine will be that 6th Unicode message.
Okay.
GG. Well, I know you've been wondering what this thing is all about. What even is it? Guys, this is a groundhog, and the groundhog is shy. It hides in its hole. But isn't there like a real world day when a groundhog
Right,
leaves
we figured that one
Unicode
out.
message number 7 of 4? And you can even notice that the flask the elixir is in grows emptier the more you sip from it. It's a nice touch. But anyway, for our purposes here, we only need to do this once. That's because the iguana in the jungle actually
I don't know what
only
Groundhog Day is. I've never even heard of Groundhog Day before. But
does 8 damage when it eats you. It does not
Is this an
insta-kill
American
you.
thing?
So if you have just
Is this
one
an
extra
American
heart,
moment?
you survive it. It spits you out and then belches some Unicode at you. Unicode message number 7. Only one more left.
it's a movie?
All right, this final challenge requires you to eat 100 berries from around the world at full health without taking a single point of damage. So make sure you start this one by first dying in order to reset them all, because you don't want to start eating a bunch of these all around the world only to run out because you didn't respawn them all. So very carefully travel around the world, eating berries, and then as you progress, save your game. Eventually, you'll find that last berry, and when you eat it, those little squiggles above your head turn into the final Unicode message. We are finished. Not really. Now that we have all of these, what do they even mean? Well, that's the crazy part. How this was solved. It all comes down to this poster. Somebody had an idea and ran with it, and it ended up actually working.
What?
That somebody was Plumberant, and this was the idea. Yep. There are 8 different colors on this poster, and the 8 different Unicode messages can be fit inside of each, resulting in this. A map. Each of the arrows shows a direction. Each of the squares is a screen. It shows the blob as the starting location, and it shows an interesting structure at the end. But where is that starting location?
I think if you give me 100 years, right? 100 years, I would not figure any of this shit out. I'm not even joking. If I didn't have internet and 100 years of my time, and I only played this, you would absolutely blow my mind. I would be at the age of 131. You would show me some of this shit, and I'm like, what? That makes no sense.
Why, right here, of course. Now, one more journey through the stars. Let's go. Left. Left. Up. Left.
So first you have to
Down.
become the moth, and then from the
Left.
moth, you
Up.
okay.
Left. Down. Down. Right. Down. Up.
Okay.
Down. Get and left. And now we find yet another floating island. This one with some soil we can dig through with the top. Get it? Topsoil? Okay. Anyway, digging to the bottom reveals a time capsule. I'm going to show you this entire thing right now without editing and without talking, from beginning to end. And then after that will be a little bit of an outro with a few theories. So if you would like to see what's inside the time capsule for yourself, please stop the video now or skip
Bro,
to the next chapter.
I'm not gonna do any of this
Anyway,
shit.
Let's do this.
What do you mean? It would take me a year.
The date is March 12th, 2024. This is Billy Basso, the developer of the game you're playing. I'm recording this as one of the last things I do before submitting for certification. If you're hearing this, that means you just solved a set of puzzles that I honestly did not really design to be solvable. I didn't even expect people to discover them, so I'm kind of taking this opportunity right now to break the fourth wall and personally congratulate you. Whether you did it legitimately, or you hacked the game, or you just looked this up online, either way, I'm very, very proud of you. Good job.
The developer congratulates you. Good job. Wow. That's what my mom never said to me. At least Billy did it.
This is Dan Adel. I help Billy Basso with the business and marketing side of Animal Well. Billy has been telling me for years about all of these crazy puzzles that he was putting into the game, and I kept telling him that no one would ever even realize these puzzles were in the game, much less figure them out. Billy being Billy was okay with that since he'd know they were there. So if you're listening to this, congratulations, you proved me wrong. Your tenacity to uncover the secrets buried deeply in the shadows has me equally impressed and slightly worried about whatever else you might set your mind to. For that, I congratulate you, and I fear you.
Hey, it's Donkey. I've been trapped inside of the game's code for 277 years, and I just wanted to say thank you for releasing me from this game. It was a good game. I like the part with the ostrich and the bean monkey is, I love him. And maybe I can go play Animal Well 2 now by the time you've discovered this.
Dude.
Aw.
The developers thought that this was actually going to take years and years and years to solve. And they did it in a month? You're almost disappointed at that point, dude. Like, you want it to be solved, but at the same time, you don't really want it to be solved. You know what I mean? Like, you want this to be solved after like 8 years where somebody's like, wait a second, hold up right now. So, Video Game Donkey, I think he owns the publishing company for this particular game, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why he's in it.
Some nice messages from the people involved in the creation of this masterpiece of a game. And you actually get to keep these headphones on as long as you keep your save loaded. And at the end, the way Donkey says, I've been trapped inside of the game's code for 277 years, and thank you for releasing me, makes me think that's a hint. Together with the headphones and the fact that the official Big Mode YouTube channel has uploaded, so far, 2 hour-long videos of just the game's ambience in certain areas. And then there's one final thing. Accessing the time capsule removes this wall separating the tutorial area from the end game area. Some people think it's a bug, because if you lay the sky map over the map of the well, then these missing blocks are the exact blocks you destroy with the top in order to access the time capsule. However, this does look, to me, to be intentional. Has opening this route changed anything else in the game? Is it possible to destroy any other walls throughout the world by finding other structures out in the sky? I guess maybe we'll find out at some point. There are a lot of other leads in the secret hunting community, and I'll have more to share with you soon. And the extremely cool collector's edition is on the horizon, which I am gonna buy immediately. I hope that it does not...
Mate, I hope they sent you a dozen copies. I will definitely subscribe. I'll keep an eye out and see if there's anything else. Honestly, really cool. I realized I don't even touch the service of the game. I didn't even touch the service. Insanely cool. I was pretty happy with my playthrough. I think I did overall pretty well. But it turns out there is a little bit more to it than at first glance. So much work, man. Yeah, so supposedly it's one developer who worked on this for 7 years. Yeah, I love that games like this are being made. Like, he didn't need to do all of this. Like, he probably spent months just putting in Easter eggs that may never be found, right? Like, there may be multiple layers still. The fact that there's actually... yeah, that much effort and that much love put into a game is really, really, really cool to me. Especially in a time where we have a lot of AAA developers that just try to launch game after game after game and microtransaction after fucking microtransaction and everything. Like, I have nothing against that in particular, but this is more like a labor of love, right? Like an actual art piece, whereas some of these others are just very much so commercial. Anyways, honestly, great game. Highly recommend it. Yeah. I have 13.4 hours of playtime, apparently, in total. I think there's about another 100, if you want to, but... very fun. I'm gonna be uninstalling it. It is a whopping 30-something megabytes, so if I ever want to reinstall it, I think I can do it.